Welcome to 9 to 5 on the Side, the podcast for visionaries who work full-time but carry full-time dreams. I'm your host, TaKenya Jene'a, award-winning entrepreneur, creative strategist, art therapist, believer, and someone who knows what it feels like to have a calling that won't let you sleep. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. It's really easy to get confused or to have some confusion about what it is you're supposed to be doing or what you're doing, especially now. There's so much information, so many opportunities, so many voices, and if you're not careful, you can mistake influence for direction. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. The title of today's podcast is Purpose or Ambition. I talk about this in my book when I mention blocking out noise. But I want to go deeper here because this is something that I practice daily and actually an experience that I had recently. Every morning I start my day with inspiration. Sometimes that inspiration feels led by the Spirit. And sometimes it's from something that I see or heard or experienced that sparked inspiration in me. So for the last maybe 6 years, I've decided to do something special when I have these moments of inspiration. I pause. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. I pause. I literally say to myself, wait a minute now. Is this something I'm supposed to be doing, or am I being influenced by something external? That pause has become a daily strategy because inspiration alone doesn't mean instruction. We have these wonderful, beautiful, unique brains, and we can assume so many things with our abilities, but doesn't mean we're supposed to. Just because something sounds good doesn't mean it's mine. Just because I can do something doesn't mean I should. And so I pause. And then there's another layer to this. Periodically, I take what I call a sabbatical. It's my intentional time away from people, from noise, from social media, from outside influences. And I disconnect so that I can reconnect to myself, to direction. So this is what that looks like. It looks like being in nature, listening to my body, paying attention to my desires, just getting quiet enough to hear what the Spirit is actually saying and how I am being led without external voices, current external voices, downloading. And every single time, every single time, I come back with a vision that produces fruit. Not just ideas, not just excitement, but fruit. And this is how I know that pausing matters. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. Okay, now back to reality. Not everyone can take an extensive amount of time and disconnect from others. But on a daily basis, we have to find space to take that pause. But let's be real. We live in systems, we live in schedules, we live with responsibilities, and so we have to be strategic. Most of us really have to be strategic on how we take those pauses. Some people call it meditation or prayer. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. And so on a daily basis, when ideas pop up, because they will pop up, because we are so wonderfully brilliant and inspired by all the things that we see, we have to take the pause. Gotta pause. Oh, that sounds good. No, wait. Is this for me? Is this aligned with my actual mission? Or is this going to waste my time? Is this going to waste my time? Because wasted time is expensive, even when it's a good idea. And believe me, I know. And I'm not going to get into a really vulnerable moment right now as it pertains to wasting time and blocking out noises. But I am going to share this experience that I had recently, very recently, where I had to pause. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. Now let me share where a lot of this comes from, this mindset. I'm a therapist. I'm an art therapist. And one of my core values across everything that I do, not just in therapy, is autonomy. I want people to heal, but I don't want people to be dependent. I'm not trying to get rid of clients, but I'm also not interested in keeping people stuck. There are industries, including therapy and medicine, that benefit when people remain subscribers, when they retain the same people over and over again, even when independence is possible. That is not my approach. Not at all. If someone has the potential to function independently with the right tools, my responsibility is to give them the tools. There will always be people in need. And I don't need to hold on to the ones that are ready to go and ready to grow, be independent in their self-care, independent in how they mentally and emotionally heal or deal with grief and loss or even anxiety. My job, in my opinion, is to give the tools, is to provide the tools if I have insight for that person, individual, or group. So why am I sharing this? How is this relevant to purpose or ambition? So here's why. Most of my ideas don't come from brainstorming sessions. Not really. They come from observation. So I'm working with someone, I'm supporting a group, I see a gap, I see a need, and I think, okay, there has to be a solution, there has to be a better way. And that's when the products are born or solutions take shape. Not just mental health, not just in mental health, but in business, in personal development, in systems. I see a solution, I try to find a way to get it to the people who need it. Yes, I find value in financial compensation, but profit is not the point. Impact is. Let me be clear. Financial gain is important, but impact for me is the goal. Okay, so here's a real-time moment I want to share. Like I said, recently, I came across some information and immediately thought, oh, that would work so well for this project that I've been thinking about. And then I paused. I had to ask myself, is this purpose-driven or ambition? Like and subscribe to all of our channels. Am I responding from momentum? And if I'm honest, I don't have the answer yet, because immediately after my gears started turning, I paused and I said, hold on, wait a minute, what is this? And I didn't pause long enough to get the answer, because I thought to myself, I need to share this. This is what I do all the time, and I need to share this in this podcast. And that's important for me to say out loud. I didn't pause long enough to get the answer. And so because I didn't pause long enough to get the answer or the direction that I'm supposed to go, guess what? I'm not doing anything as it pertains to that idea. It's necessary to move with clarity. Sometimes the most responsible thing that you can do is to admit you need more time, you need more space before making a decision. Not every inspired idea is an assignment. Not every opportunity is aligned with your purpose and mission. Not every open door is a door you're supposed to walk through. So pause. Pausing protects your purpose and your time. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. If you're listening to this and you feel pulled in 1,000 directions, pause. But don't do like I did recently, especially if you're pulled in 1,000 different directions and you have some really big decisions that need to be made. Pause long enough and get your answers. And when I say pause, I don't mean waste time. It's important to step back and gain perspective before making a decision. But don't waste time. Don't contemplate too long. Don't get into procrastination. Create the space so that you can hear and listen deeply. And I truly believe that the clarity will come after blocking out the noise and all of the external influences. Clarity will come. One of the things that I've learned is that purpose leads to peace. This is what I discovered. And ambition leads to burnout. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. Now, that doesn't mean ambition is evil, because you can be ambitious in pursuing your purpose. But you got to know that that ambition is led by purpose and not external influences. Because ambition without discernment is expensive. Purpose has rhythm and stability. Purpose allows you to move forward without losing yourself. Ambition, when not checked, can keep you chasing more ideas, more projects, more pressure until your productivity is disconnected and scattered. So if you're listening and you feel tired, scattered, or overextended, this might be your sign. Pause. Ask better questions. Create the space. Listen deeply, because clarity isn't rushed. Now, clarity, again, like I said before, is not procrastination. But when direction is purpose-driven, it will produce fruit and peace. Like and subscribe to all of our channels. Thank you for listening to 9 to 5 on the side. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who's building their dream right alongside their responsibilities. Don't forget to grab a copy of the book, the workbook, or the audiobook, and join me for one of our live trainings where we turn ideas into action. Connect with me on Instagram at Thoughtful Endeavors and on LinkedIn under TaKenya Jene'a for daily strategies, encouragement, and purpose-driven insight. Until next time, stay grounded, stay encouraged, stay faithful to the work you're called to build, and most importantly, do it for you.